Hi, we are Juan and Fanny, and we're gonna present our interview that we made to Mr. Brar, that is our professor in global shipping and logistics.
He also have more experience in the shipping sector in different enterprises and including Pacific Bay.
In your career at Pacific Basin, how have you witnessed these concepts around the VUCA environment, and also focus on the shipping industry? How would you define these concepts or adapt them to the shipping?
Okay, thank you. Also, the concept of Guanxi as well. You mentioned in the presentation.
The relationship.
Yeah. So in China, VUCA is everywhere because we're in shipping. So it applies to not just China. The whole world has the same problem. But of course, nothing compared to what's happening today. This is the VUCA times 1,000, times 1 million. This is an amazing time right now, what is happening in the Middle East and affecting everybody. Same thing as your parents in Mexico and also in Hong Kong, around the world. It's crazy times. If you look at the chart I mentioned in the class, just a little bit only. Actual is much more dramatic. So VUCA is everywhere. So it's not really major importance because it's nothing special. It's not just in China. It applies around the country. But what is special about China is Guangxi. So the relationship, because China is so big, 1.4 billion people. So it's like who to trust. It's very hard to determine people to trust. So they go back to their home village, hometown, primary school, secondary school, high school, university. Most of the time is university. Because when you're university, you already specialize in certain area and you start a career. If you do like shipping, you start your career, you might not see each other for 5 years, 6 years, and then you suddenly find each other again at a different levels. Some may be working in the stevedore, some working in the port, some working in the broker, some working in shipping companies, some are your competitors, some is your suppliers. Suddenly you have connection with people you were at school with. Then the relationship starts. If you don't have that, you have to build that Guangxi, that relationship. So it's like olden days, 30 years ago, the Guangxi is built by drinking heavy Chinese liquor.
Okay.
And it's like bad. It's like they drink every day and a lot. So the health of people in the port and building relationship is so much drinking. Today is much less. And the boss became smart because when he's junior, he used to drink, and when he become boss, he takes it and then the junior come and drink it for him. The junior will be knocked out, and then so you build relationship. And it's not just first time you meet him. The second time, you see how you behave when you're drunk also. It's very important, all these small things to build the relationship. So Guangxi is very important. It is still important today, except much less than before. And the reason for it is China is dramatically grown. And there is a risk of corruption as well. So Guangxi is reduced because together with Guangxi, there was some corruption issues. And today, China is much more cleaner. Still, of course, no country is clean completely, but it's much more cleaner than before.
So we want to know, well, as you know, China population is aging and it is transitioning toward an automation to solve labor shortages. So how does this has become harder to find from your perspective at Pacific Basin? How is the shipping industry adopting intelligent automation and technology to overcome this demographic cliff and rising labor costs in China's ports?
Yes. So for us, the main issue with Chinese ports, the ports are actually automating very fast. So it's less of a problem for us. But the issue is our labor, our seafarers. A large portion used to come from China. But as Chinese labor is becoming aging, they have better options other than go to sea. So labor part of our component of our shipping is now moving to other cheaper countries. So for example, in Pacific Basin, we used to have a large portion coming from China, but we saw the decline. It's harder and harder to get good quality Chinese crew. Still got some, of course, still got 20%, but used to be 80%. It's now 20%. So we are moving now. We've started a new labor pool opening up from India and for senior officers from Ukraine and Russia.
Okay. Also, as you know, there is like the implementation of the dual circulation.
Yes.
And how, like, to reduce the exposure? Well, this dual circulation is to reduce the exposure of global demand fluctuation. How should global shipping firms like Pacific Basin rebalance their strategies, and should they focus more on domestic circulation with China's internal trade, or continue leveraging in Hong Kong's role as a global superconnector?
I think neither actually, because the internal trade is only for Chinese flagships. So Pacific Basin is an international company with some flagged in Hong Kong, some flagged in Marshall Islands, some flagged in Panama, and a large majority flagged in Singapore because of last year's changes to the rules. So it's not a concern for us. Number one.
Based on your working days in your experience in the shipping industry, what is the most important lesson you have learned about balancing localization and also with maintaining the global standards?
We're not Chinese, so we're just an international company based in Hong Kong, because Hong Kong provides a fantastic location, fantastic geographical area in terms of connecting people, fantastic regulatory environment, and fantastic tax advantages. So as shipping, we pay almost zero tax. So we just want a calm place where we can make money and make business. And Hong Kong is fantastic for that.
Mr. Brar highlighted that One Xi has fundamentally evolved. It is no longer based on the old culture of heavy drinking and potential corruptions. Thanks to the state-led anti-corruption campaigns and other political reforms, relationship building has shifted towards legitimate university and professional networks.
We learned in class about fading the demographic dividend and the transition away from cheap surplus labor. And Mr. Brar confirmed us that this is happening actually in China, because in the maritime sector, Pacific Bay passed from 80% to 20% of just Chinese crew because of the Chinese youth that is finding more opportunities and the age of the Chinese population. For example, he confirmed us that the enterprise is hiring more people from India and from more cheaper labor countries. Our conclusion is that successfully in doing business in China does not always mean to be exactly as the Chinese model system as a business. It's just to integrate to the Chinese mainland system.
For international firms, success often means knowing exactly which parts of China's infrastructure to use while maintaining a firm footing in the global standards that Hong Kong provides. So that will be all, and thank you for watching and paying attention.